Imagine finding a diary that records the events of tomorrow. Every word, every detail, a precise prediction of the future. What would you do? Would you check if it's real? Try to change the course of events? Or maybe get scared and burn it? Today, I will tell you a story about a man who made this terrifying discovery. And what happened next will shock you. Stay with me until the end. You won't believe how it all turns out. It was an ordinary evening. Andrey was coming home from work, tired and annoyed. He was 34 years old, worked as a programmer, lived alone, and nothing unusual ever happened in his life. But everything changed the moment he saw an old, tattered notebook lying on a bench near his building. There was no title on the cover, but the paper inside looked fresh, as if the diary had just been bought. Out of curiosity, Andrey opened the first page. Inside, he found neat handwriting. The first lines made him freeze. Tomorrow, you will oversleep by 20 minutes, be late for work, and get a reprimand from your boss. In the evening, you will meet an old friend you haven't seen in 10 years. Andrey chuckled skeptically. Someone was playing a joke or had simply left their notes behind. He tossed the diary into his backpack and forgot about it. But the next morning, everything happened exactly as written. He overslept, got reprimanded, and in the evening, on his way home, he ran into Dima, a childhood friend he hadn't seen in 10 years. His heart pounded. Rushing home, he grabbed the diary. The next entry was already there. Tomorrow, you will decide to test this diary and deliberately do everything differently. But the more you resist, the more events unfold exactly as written. Andrey was shaken. This was impossible. But he decided to defy fate. That day, he woke up before his alarm, left for work early, and declined invitations from his colleagues. However, by noon, he was unexpectedly called into his boss's office to receive an urgent assignment. In the end, everything still happened as described in the diary. Days passed, and the diary continued to predict his life with terrifying accuracy. Andrey tried to fight it, but the more he resisted, the more events followed the script. Then came the moment that truly terrified him. A new entry appeared. Tonight at 11:15 p.m., someone will knock on your door. Do not open it. No matter what, he spent the entire day in fear, checking the time every minute. 11:10 p.m. He turned off the lights and sat in the corner of his room, holding his breath. 11:15 p.m. Silence. He sighed in relief, thinking maybe the diary was wrong. But at that moment, a knock came at the door. It was the most terrifying moment of his life. The knocking was insistent, but he didn't dare to move. Someone outside whispered his name. A chill ran down his spine. He closed his eyes, trying not to breathe. A minute later, everything went quiet. The next morning, he decided never to open the diary again. But a new entry had already appeared. You didn't open the door, but that doesn't mean he left. All day, he felt like he was being watched. Every time he stepped outside, he glanced over his shoulder. The diary continued to record the future, but now strange phrases appeared. He is near. He is waiting. He knows you are reading this. Andrey couldn't take it anymore. He decided to destroy the diary. That night, he took it into the forest and burned it. But when he returned home, he found the diary sitting on his table, exactly as he had first discovered it. He opened it, and only one new entry was there. You cannot get rid of me. Panic overwhelmed him. He threw the diary into a river, buried it underground, but each time, it reappeared. Since then, Andrey hasn't touched the diary. He is afraid to see what the next entry will say. But the most terrifying thing is that he now understands. His life belongs to the diary. And no matter what he does, everything is already written. Have you ever encountered something like this? Write in the comments. Do you believe in destiny? Or would you like to find such a diary? If you liked this story, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If we reach 2,000 likes, I'll share another chilling story about things that defy explanation.